Hello and welcome to the Best Life Podcast, where we here at Altra Federal Credit Union are helping you live your best life. I'm your host, Tony Byer. Thank you so much for listening. So, over the years on the Best Life Podcast, we've spoken a lot about spending plans, making it all work, and how to make our finances work for us, living our best life. And when it comes to the expenses we have every month, our housing costs are probably the biggest line item, especially if you have a mortgage. So with that in mind, we wanted to shed some light on those mortgage payments and let you know about a change in those payments that happens every year. And we're talking about the taxes and homeowners insurance that goes along with your monthly mortgage payments to make sure those things get paid, which is pretty important. Those changes happen because of a change in the taxes and homeowners insurance, and members can be expecting a change here soon, which again happens every year. And it's something I just learned about this earlier today. Escrow analysis. So to help us understand and know what to expect, we're fortunate to be joined by an expert in our real estate department that works with mortgages, Heather Wenhardt. Thank you for being on the podcast, Heather.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we appreciate you being here, Heather. So you're working with loans that have already been closed upon, and loan servicing goes along with those mortgages here at the credit union. And in your world, Heather, escrow is a term that we hear around your end of the building, especially. So to start off here, Heather, what exactly is an escrow account?
An escrow is an interest account held within your mortgage to be used to pay property taxes and homeowners insurance, ensuring that these payments are made on time. Escrow is part of your monthly payment and can change according to what is paid out for property taxes and homeowners insurance.
Okay, so that explains what an escrow account is. Excellent. But what about that term that I heard this morning, Heather? What is escrow analysis?
Yeah, so an escrow analysis is an annual review of an escrow account to ensure there are enough funds to cover insurance premiums, property taxes, and other related expenses.
Excellent. It's always good to know, what that escrow analysis is and making sure it's taking care of that important stuff with our home, the taxes, the home insurance, all that important stuff. So we know what it is. Heather, when does it take place every year for our members?
So for Minnesota residents, escrow analysis will run in late June and the payment adjustment will be August 1st. For all other states, escrow analysis will run in late February, so coming up very soon here. And the payment adjustment will be April 1st.
Great. So it sounds like for many of our members, that analysis will be happening very soon. So they should be on the lookout for that. And speaking of which, where can our members find that information on an update to their escrow analysis?
So Altra will send out emails letting you know when escrow analysis is taking place, and then we'll let you know when it is complete. And then you can find your escrow analysis statement the same way that you find your other monthly statements. So for most of our members, you'll access your escrow analysis through your online banking, and that can be found in the e-statements section.
Okay, so right now, this time of year, we're thinking about our taxes and probably already going into that area of online banking to find some of those e-statements, those tax forms that we're going to need for our taxes. So it's handy to have all of that information right there. So Heather, when it comes to talking about an escrow analysis, I know some different terms that I've heard are a deficiency or a surplus, which is kind of like a surplus, a shortage as another term as well. I was hoping you could give us a little more detail on those and what does it mean when it comes to an escrow analysis?
So if you have a shortage, that means that the balance you need in your escrow account is short, the amount you need in the account to pay out taxes and insurance for the coming year. If you have a deficiency, that means that your escrow account is negative. So you'll have to bring the balance up to zero plus the amount needed in your escrow account to pay out your taxes and insurance.
Okay, and what about a surplus? A word that I was just having trouble saying. What if you have a surplus, Heather? What does that mean?
If you have a surplus, that means you have too much in your account, and any extra money will be returned automatically to your primary savings account with Altra.
Excellent. And that clears up the difference between a deficiency and a shortage. And it's good to know if you have a surplus in your escrow account, that money will be coming back to you, which is a good thing. Now let's say, Heather, I have an automatic payment set up. Will those automatically change after the escrow analysis?
So it depends on how your payments are set up. If your payment was set up by Altra, then yes, they'll be automatically updated. Mm-hmm. If you have payments that you set up on your own through online banking or bill pay, you'll want to go in and update those payments.
Okay.
It's up to our members to ensure that their payments are set up correctly. So if you are unsure, then just give us a call and we can double check.
Yeah, again, if you're unsure, reach out to us right away, and we'll have the phone numbers and contact information in the show notes for this episode, how to get a hold of us. So, Heather, since this escrow analysis happens every year, does this mean my payments are going to go up every year?
Depending what taxes and insurance premiums do, your payment could go up or down based upon those factors.
Okay, so there's quite a bit that we don't exactly know. For some of our members, their payments may go up. For some of our members, they may go down. So all of that information is good to know. So Heather, going back to talking about a shortage, let's say I wanted to keep my payments the same each and every month. Am I able to just pay that shortage to keep the payments the same for the future?
Not really. You can pay the shortage, but the payment has to increase to pay the larger amount for the upcoming year.
Gotcha. So more than likely, things are going to be changing with those payments is what we can expect, is what it sounds like. So Heather, is there anything that I can do to make those payments decrease and try to save some money that way?
We can't control taxes, but you can always shop around for homeowners insurance to see if you can find a lower premium.
That's a good idea. And you're right, Heather. We don't have any control whatsoever what Uncle Sam and Aunt Samantha does when it comes to our taxes. But again, it's a good idea to see if you can find a lower home insurance premium. So if it's been a while since you've checked around for home insurance rates, it could be a great way to save some money. And Heather, wanted to go back to that shortage. Let's say I need to make a payment to make sure everything's covered and there's no surprises in the future. How would I go about paying that shortage?
You can pay your shortage by visiting any branch and just asking to make an escrow-only payment. You can also just give us a call and we can transfer the money for you. You can also send a check. We also have a Q&A page for existing mortgages on our website with additional information as well, and that's at altra.org. Click on Personal Mortgage, and there is the existing mortgage loan FAQ site.
Okay, and all of this has been great information, Heather. Has really helped me understand what the whole escrow process is, what all goes into it, and, that escrow analysis that's going to be coming up here soon. And, with this being a little bit complicated, if you have any questions, we are more than happy to answer those. A lot of different ways in which you can contact us as well, whether it be on our website, through email, phone call, whatever. We are more than happy to help. So, Heather, I know that you're incredibly busy, so we'll get you out of here. But thank you so much for being on the Best Life podcast.
Thank you very much.
On this episode of the Best Life podcast, we spoke with Heather Wenhardt, who is the real estate post-closer 2 right here at Altra. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Best Life podcast, brought to you by Altra Federal Credit Union. We appreciate you taking a moment to learn how you can live your best life. If you have a question or a topic you'd like us to cover, send me an email at tjbuyer@altra.org. And who knows, it may even make it into a future episode. Don't forget to follow the Best Life podcast pretty much wherever you get your podcasts, or find it on our website at altra.org. Thanks again, be well, and we'll talk to you again soon.